Bro, help your teammate. What is going on here? Oh my goodness, man. What are these guys doing? What is going on, you guys? A2Mayo here, and in today's video, we're going to be having a banger VOD review video. A lot of very important topics talked about in today's video, between positioning in clutch situations, team play in a 5-stack environment, pre-aim, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you guys enjoyed the video or learned anything on the way, make sure you guys leave a like and consider subscribing. Also, at the very end of the video, I talk about some very crucial stuff with the VOD form itself, so make sure you guys watch until then. But that's everything for the video. That's everything for the intro. Let's jump into the video.
I'm watching it. It's probably gonna look. Oh, she's droning.
Okay, so one thing that I'm noticing here with your pre-aim is you're not really looking at something in some parts of you moving. Like here, you're kind of looking back and forth. So wherever you want to go or wherever you want to attack or defend or rotate to, make sure that you're prepared for the gunfight in that direction, especially when you have like a Jaeger here who's kind of not necessarily directly holding the cross, but is in this general area. He'll most likely be the first point of contact instead of you through this doorway, right? So make sure your pre-aim and your crosshair placement is where you're going, so that way if an enemy is there, you're prepared for the gunfight.
They're planting.
Okay, so one thing here that I would like to see you take advantage of in a lot of players in this situation is right there you heard the audio cue of the diffuser being open and you know, going for plant, right? So you being in a 1v1 or 1v2 situation kind of allows you to have that moment or that window where it could be a 1v1. So really try to take advantage of that. And also another really important piece of information that was kind of missed out here was when you hear the shooting here, after the diffuser is being opened, the briefcase, that tells you that the buck is the one covering for the plant. So you know where he is based off the tracers and kind of that general information. You can get a general area of where he's positioned, so that way you can potentially peek him, take the gunfight, and then, you know, kill the guy who's trying to plant, right? So, two really crucial pieces of information there that weren't really capitalized on. Yo, whose mic is that? Yo, whose mic is that in Discord with you? Homie sounds like he's at a drive-thru. What the hell? Homie's talking through a fishbowl and 3 planets away. Okay, so one thing that I've been noticing about your gunfights so far, throughout the VOD review, is whenever you engage into a gunfight, I see you lean spam a lot, and that's a really bad habit that a lot of players create. The easiest way to kind of fix it is just create or fix the habit and be conscious of it when you're playing. I don't know if you realize that, but your teammate is taking the gunfight into the last player, which is a Hibana, not a Jackal. So that's something that some players don't really understand. I'm not sure what you're doing either, but audio cues, you know, audio cues are really, really important. So try to use them as much as you can to your advantage, because if you don't, you know, missed opportunity could happen. Oh, no shot, y'all lose this, right? So really, really crucial thing that needs to happen here is you and the Mozzie need to be in the refragging space of positioning. As you can see here, this Mozzie is extremely pushed up into a position where you can still help him from the doorway and holding the main stairs, but you can't directly rotate to him or, you know, be in the same position that he's in. So, like, let's say, for example, the Hibana goes trench. You can't really do something about the Hibana going there, but yet the Mozzie and the Hibana have direct lines of sight while you don't. That's what I mean by you positioning yourself very close with one another, because the round just went from, I believe, a 1v4 into a 2v1. So, really, really crucial that you guys are in close proximity of one another, where if one dies, immediately before the Hibana can even react and, you know, flick to the other guy, she's already dead. See here. That's exactly what I mean. Also, that was kind of your fault as well.
We have
Because you weren't holding an angle, you were pretty much pre-firing. Now, this is something that you don't want to do in a clutch situation. That was a really nice shot there, but this could have went very wrong very fast because you put yourself in a corner. Whenever you're positioning yourself in the game Rainbow Six Siege, the last thing you want to do is put yourself in a position where you cannot leave in a different route from where the enemy is fighting you from. Now, there are going to be games and rounds where you have to play, you know, a room where there's only one doorway and there's only one entrance and exit, right? That's understandable, but if you have the option to not do that, then you should take advantage of it, so that way you can increase your unpredictability factor in your positioning against the enemy. Don't tell me my internet went out. Oh no, it went out. Did it? Good old Comcast, woohoo! Can't stream, can't record. Let's get a round of applause for a multi-billion-dollar company who can't fix my issues. God it. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. Wow, so good. Nothing wrong with their services. Absolutely perfect. Okay, so you've decided to go basement when they're on the other side of the map. So this is something that I like to call making your job harder for no reason. That's what you're doing here. You're making yourself not only pretty much face check right now, but you're also going to be taking up more time by trying to go from the basement, and you're also going to be taking... You have the higher chance of losing a drone. And you even saw here, you died to the Vigil. Like, this could have been very easily avoided if you made a smarter decision as your first one for attacking the map. I know that there might be an expectation that there's nobody's gonna be here, or whatever, but that's a really, really bad habit to form, and even me, myself, I do it sometimes, you know? Sometimes I try to predict the enemy too much, and it ultimately ends up costing me more than helping. So, it's very important that you create a game plan and make a decision, and then stick with it, and while making that decision, try to evaluate if it's a good or smart decision in the first place. Here we go again, baby. Let's eat up. Okay, so I liked what I heard there, but it could definitely be better. So with what I just heard, you said let's kill the Vigil, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I think you guys are in a 5-stack environment, at least a 4-stack. So one thing that I always tell my clients in my private coaching sessions or VOD reviews, by the way, hey, link to my Patreon down below, go check it out. But one thing I always tell them, if they're in a 4-stack, 5-stack environment, take advantage of that as much as you can. A lot of people don't take full advantage of that, and all I really see a lot of the time is 5 players playing together, queuing together, but it's a solo queue environment, at least from what it looks like. So one thing that really needs to happen if you guys are ever in that 5-stack environment is creating a game plan, giving good callouts, droning each other in, making sure you have the right operator selection, all of that basic stuff, because if you do those very basic things, it will automatically put you in the better position than the enemy from the start, just by doing those simple and basic things. Okay, so Ella's still upstairs. So this is something that supports what I just said a minute ago. Someone called, only one site, take that, and the Maverick is still fighting, or sorry, it's a Valkyrie, sorry. But the Maverick is still fighting the Valkyrie. Like, you in this situation, you should be telling the Maverick, hey, f*** the Valkyrie, rotate to me, we have a 2v1, and we make the defender become the attacker if we plant. Like, that's exactly what I mean in a situation like that, where there's no communication of something very basic that should be communicated. Nitro? Bruh.
You serious?
Bruh. Whoa, what was that air jab? Air jab the door. Oh no. When you're air jabbing something, make it so that way they don't have the option to shoot it if they cross into like your line of sight. Or sorry, what I should say is they have to choose whether they want to eat the air jab or try to shoot it, but while exposing you or exposing themselves. Sorry.
There's a cam right there. There's a cam right there in front of him. There's a cam right in front of him.
Bro, help your teammate. What is going on here? You're like unintentionally baiting him.
You can just pre-fire. He's going around the shot.
Oh my goodness, man. It's like the second run in a row where it's like, it's been like an unintentional bait.
Really? Twitch on thing. Wow. Walking up printer.
Break. What the fuck? One break. It's Ash.
Oh my god, printer.
Bruh. Alright, so it seems like you get shut down really fast and you don't know what to do in these situations. Also, you have a really bad habit of just like crouch walking around the map, which is an indicator to me that you really don't understand what's going on. Just because you're crouch walking so much, and just like looking around. Like you looking at this barricade even here, like you don't really need to worry about, like you're looking for a drone here, I understand that. But you should be much more worried about the Twitch that has killed 3 of your teammates from Skybridge. That's also being called out multiple times. Like in a 3v5 situation like this, now a 2v5, this Twitch should be dead. You and the Cage should actively be looking for kills, because if you don't, what's going to happen is exactly what did happen during this round, where you got swarmed by 3 different people from 3 different angles. So it's very important that you become proactive in a situation like this.
There's a bandit.
This Jaeger dropped, by the way. I don't know if you heard that. He's probably going to come up the ladder behind you. I think this Jaeger's behind you. Yeah, he is.
Green stairs.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know what it is. What's up with you guys and your fascination to push downstairs when they're on the other side of the map, but the same thing still applies, where like you're not benefiting anything out of it. Like you guys just had you got 2 picks and the enemy team got 2 picks. So in terms of man count, you're on even grounds, but in terms of utility, you're necessarily not. Technically the defenders are in a better position here. What are these guys doing? See, this is what I mean here. Like, there was literally 4 people off of site. Like, 4 people. It was a 5v1 on site. So, that's something that needs to be taken into consideration. And also, still, like, you guys are pushing the opposite side of the map downstairs a floor below the bomb site. 2 floors, actually. So, there's really not much benefit out of that besides maybe roam clearing, but if you're going to do something like that, you're going to be a lot more structured, where you're cutting off rotates, and you're also having multiple drones drone different areas, different entry fraggers taking different locations. Here we go again. Let's go, baby.
Oh, you just did. Oh, shoot the thing. Rooney, please shoot it. No. Shoot the Rooney, Frank.
Frank, you're in that hallway.
Mm.
Yeah.
This Jackal was allowed to do whatever he wanted to do with no repercussions. And that's what ultimately kind of forced you guys into the position that you guys were in, where you're kind of playing cat and mouse with this Jackal here. And all of this could have been avoided if we realized the positioning at the beginning of the round. So now that we're a little bit further into the round here, or sorry, earlier rather, we can see the positioning from the enemies. Or sorry, from your teammates, wow. So you have the roamer upstairs, you have the Goyo, you have the mute to your right, and then I believe the Capcan is the one playing scuba. So the reason you shouldn't really be in this position here is because you have the Goyo holding here through trench, and you also have the mute to your right holding through the doorway as well. So you have not necessarily a crossfire, but you have two different teammates in an area where they can assist one another. So what you could do is go rotate to the Capcan if you realize the positioning from that and fill that position, which is what happened here where the Twitch and Jackal jump through. The Jackal kills the Goyo because he jumped into lockers, and if you were playing scuba with the Capcan, this Jackal could have potentially died because if you were playing suits, for example, here on the other side of the wall, you could have held an angle through lockers and potentially killed the Jackal. But either way, positioning is a very, very crucial part that goes into why you lost this round here. That's going to be everything I have for you guys today, though, in today's VOD review. If you guys enjoyed or learned anything new, make sure you guys leave a like and consider subscribing. Now, something that I mentioned in the intro of today's video is that I'm going to be changing how the VOD form works. So I get a lot of VOD reviews each month, and a lot of people asking me to review their gameplay and stuff like that. So now, from here on out, the VOD form will be open 24/7, 365, but I'm going to be a lot more selective with the gameplay I'm choosing to review. The reason for this is because I get a lot of the same gameplay with a lot of the same mistakes, and I don't really think it's all that entertaining anymore at this point just because we're closing in on 100 episodes of this series. So from here on out, I'm going to be a lot more selective with the gameplay that I watch, and if you guys are still interested in me reviewing your gameplay and maybe I don't make a video on it, you could consider having a coaching session with me or a VOD review session. But overall, the series has become a lot more stale, especially for me. It's not really all that exciting to review the gameplay anymore since a lot of the gameplay is pretty much the same. I also want to mention that there's links to all of my social media down below in the description, so if you guys want to go follow me on other platforms, all of those links will be down there, as well as a link to my coaching, where you can find all of the info you need and more by scrolling to the bottom of my Patreon page, and yes, I do coach console players. So if you guys are interested in a VOD review like this one here, but much longer and much more in-depth, consider becoming a Patreon and getting a coaching session. But that's everything for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, I hope you learned something new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Is it the window?
When we got fried.